Here we go.
Honda may be leading the next and unexpected revolution in motorcycling. For the first time, a semi-automatic option exists in the sport bike category in the CBR650R e-clutch. While not a true automatic, e-clutch is essentially a small grouping of computers that controls a real clutch, allowing a rider to shift while never touching the clutch and never having to worry about stalling out at a light or during a first gear takeoff. I rated it an 8 out of 10. Or maybe that's a 9 out of 10. Or maybe it's a 10 out of 10. Are you confused? Stick with me and I'll tell you why my ratings are a little bit more confusing than you might expect. Is Honda onto something? Let's throw a leg over, hop on, and go for a ride. Welcome to MCC Just Motos. Does Honda know something that you don't know? Hey guys, it's Andy from MCC Just Motos. I'm here at fabulous Glen Burnie Motorsports in Glen Burnie, Maryland. I'm here today to ride the Honda CBR650R e-clutch. It's replacing their DCT clutch system, which is an automatic. I want to tell you what it feels like, what it's all about, some of the different features, the quirks, and just what it feels like to ride this really cool looking and rad Honda CBR650. Here's some basic specs for the 2024 Honda CBR650R. The engine is a 649 liquid-cooled, fuel-injected inline 4-cylinder. It puts out 94 horsepower at 12,000 RPM and 46 pounds of torque at 9,500 RPM. The compression ratio is 11.6 to 1. The bike weighs 466 pounds, which is a little bit on the heftier side. It has 41mm Showa big piston forks with 4.31 inches of travel. The rear suspension is a Showa single shock with 5.1 inches of travel, and the seat height is 31.9 inches. The front discs are dual 310mm discs with radial front mount 4-piston calipers, ABS, and the rear is a single 240mm disc with ABS, of course. Tires are 120/70/17 front and 180/55/17 rear tire. Enough about the specs, let's throw a leg over and I'll tell you what it feels like. It's not quite a sport bike position, but it's not a standard motorcycle. Your risers are a little bit lower. It does have clip-on risers. It feels real nice. A lot of good leg space, and it does have a much more sporting position than some of the other sporty motorcycles with a little bit lower set bars. You can see that I'm pretty forward-leaning on the motorcycle, and I'm gonna just turn it on there. What's really interesting is I'm feeling this clutch with the motorcycle in neutral. It's really floppy. So that's definitely part of the e-clutch method. Instead of a tight pull, it feels like it's already in. So I think I can just start it. All right, so the e-clutch is in. So what happens if I put it in gear? Oh my gosh, without putting the clutch on, it doesn't go anywhere. That is wild. It's in first gear. All right, here we go. First gear. Oh! The bike didn't move. It didn't move. It's first gear. I can take my hands off everything. What happens if I hit the throttle? Oh! That is so trick, Honda. I can't wait to ride this thing. Very cool. All right, let's see. Hopping in. All right, let's turn it on. Let's go. Oh man, just right off the bat, it's a little jumpy. It's a little jumpy. All right, we're gonna get some acceleration runs here in a little bit. Here we go. All right, so I don't know how to ride this thing without jamming the clutch right off the bat. Here we go. promised you I'd give you my take and why I rated this an 8 out of 10, a 9 out of 10, or a 10 out of 10. And right off the bat, I want to tell you, this bike is really good. My absolute favorite thing about this bike is all the bits and pieces and parts that fit together to make this a fantastic all-round motorcycle. The engine, the transmission, the fit and finish, the brakes, the mirrors, the feel, everything is well baked and it makes it a really nice motorcycle. I'm going to give you my negatives right off the bat. I have about 4 negatives that I want to tell you, but here's the thing, and this is why it's a variable rating for me. Some of the negatives flip and make a positive, especially for new riders or even for seasoned riders. Hear me out. My first negative off the bat is that it is a little notchy when it is an E-clutch and you just hit the throttle and it's already in gear. It jumps off the line and it's a little notchy. So that can be a little annoying and it could get a newer rider in a little bit of trouble. You can get better the longer you ride it, but that was my biggest gripe. And my second biggest gripe is when it's in gear, in first gear, when it is an E-clutch from a stop and you give it the beans, it's slow. It just is slow. You can't use the high RPM horsepower to accelerate really fast. And as a seasoned rider, I kind of don't like that. I like to be able to accelerate fast. But as a new rider, that might be something that you're looking forward to. Something that's going to keep you out of trouble is not accelerating too fast. You can still use a clutch as a seasoned rider, so maybe it's not such a big deal after all. You can use that clutch to accelerate fast if you want. The third negative that I had on this bike is that it is a little bit hefty. It's 466 pounds. What that means is it's a little bit slow to transition side to side, and it just is a little bit hefty to move around, get it off the kickstand, and so forth. But the flip to that, it's very comfortable, it's very well planted, and the suspension works fantastic. So it makes it a very nice commuting motorcycle. Very cool on that. One more negative I had is that there is a little bit of buzz at high RPM decel. Not really a big factor, but something you want to consider. Let me go over everything that I really liked about the bike. The first thing that I noticed right off the bat is just how nice the bike looks. It's a beautiful fit and finish. A red, white, and blue paint scheme just shines. And no one does fit and finish better than Honda. I'm going to say it. So all the parts look really trick and they look really nicely fit and finished. The second thing when you sit on the bike is just the comfort of the thing. It has low set handlebars, and I like that. It gives you a sportier feeling than just a little bit of a sporty bike and more leaning towards a sport bike seating position on the handlebars. But the actual foot peg ratio and to saddle is pretty spacious, so you get a lot of room there. The second thing that you notice is just the heft of the bike, but it does make a comfortable motorcycle. I've taken this on the freeway. It is really stable and really nice. It's not upset by bumps at all. The suspension travel and the big piston forks up front and rear just really give it a nice compliant suspension. The mirrors are fantastic, and you notice those at any speed. They're just super stable and you can see all around you. The display and the controls are top notch. It is so simple in the display and it brings all the relevant information what you need. The engine itself makes 94 horsepower, and this is right in line with the middleweight sport bikes out there or middleweight sporty bikes. I will say the engine noise from this inline 4 is fantastic. It beats any of the twin cylinders out there right now. It just screams and it makes you feel like you're going a little bit faster than you are, but it adds to the character of this motorcycle. And this motorcycle has a lot of character. Let's talk about E-clutch because that's what we're here for. So again, I said as a seasoned rider, it really wasn't something that I wanted to do on a daily basis. It might be nice when I'm commuting and stop and go traffic and I don't have to touch a clutch, but when I want to use a clutch, I can. So initially that turn off to me, I actually decided, you know, it might be something cool after all. You have that capability when you want, you can turn it off when you want, and you can change the settings on that E-clutch to see how quickly it engages. It actually probably can shift quicker than you can in manual mode. It also serves as an up and down quick shifter that really is top notch. So would I use the E-clutch? Would I buy E-clutch? I might. I actually might. The purist in me likes the shifting, but you know, in stop and go traffic, it may be an option you want. And as a new rider, that can give you the confidence to buy a sport bike and open up a new category for you where you have something where you're not having to worry about clutch engagement, but then you can practice it all you want until you get better at it. So really, that's my variable 8 to 10 on a scale of 10. Guys, I think that will do it for me. I'd like to hear your thoughts on if you've ridden the E-clutch. Do you think you'd buy it? A huge thank you to Glen Burnie Motorsports. You really got to check them out in Glen Burnie, Maryland. They're a full motorcycle line dealer. They have Kawasaki, Suzuki, CF Moto, of course Honda, all sorts of different brands. You're going to really like them. Check them out. Big thank you again. Please like and subscribe. I do all things motorcycle, so please check out my channel. Also my Patreon channel. I'll put a link in the description. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next episode.